I think of myself as an advocate for inclusion services, and that was really my motivation to start. I do a lot of training and consulting. Now it's going on to Zoom platforms like this, and it's a little different, but really fun. I've been teaching in special education for over 20 years. I've done a lot of public speaking with USA Gymnastics, Gymnastics for All in BC and also in Ontario. I also have an online training platform and curriculum called Spectra Abilities. I house all of my training videos, educational curriculum, and things like that in an online platform for other clients to access, like you guys. My goal is to never turn a child away. We really want to be able to support and adapt and cater to any learner that enters our facility. We primarily serve students with autism, ADHD, kids with sensory processing disorders, children with Down syndrome, intellectual disabilities or differences, epilepsy, kids with language disorders or delays. We have kids with genetic disorders or differences. Right now, especially through the pandemic, we serve a lot of students that are just experiencing overall anxiety, whether that's social anxiety or generalized anxiety. We're definitely seeing an uptick in that as kids are re-entering public and social environments. We work a lot with kids who may not yet have a diagnosis, but definitely have been flagged or identified as experiencing developmental delays or global delays. And so that's our programs are great for accommodating those children who are just a little bit behind. With our group classes, we offer, I have a peer matching strategy and process that we've done over time. And through this process, we're able to match kids up with similar abilities and personalities in a group setting. And we're finding that when we appropriately peer match these kids, they actually are developing natural friendship connections, which has been just a really special experience to witness. I wanted to touch on neurodiversity. That is the new most acceptable terminology to use when talking about inclusion or special needs. But I think it's really important to understand what the concept of neurodiversity is. And that is generally defined as a societal understanding and an acceptance that all humans are created differently, regardless of their brain function or their behavioral traits. When we embrace each individual differences with true acceptance, love, and compassion, that's where you're gonna really provide a true inclusive experience. So I believe that inclusion starts at the core with our personal attitudes. And from there, if we have that inclusion attitude of acceptance with all humans, regardless of their brain function or abilities or differences, then you can start creating a culture in your gym or in your company to help support that and support all people. And then through your culture, providing a physical environment like our gyms to actually offer that to our to the public and to our clientele. So when we're looking at the child, not the diagnosis, I think it's important to know what the childhood milestones are for kids 6 years and under, that when you have a really strong understanding of what these milestones are, you can compare that in your mind to what that specific child is actually doing or demonstrating in the gym, and then adapt and support them or break down your skills or expectations in a way that will help them. So thinking about some therapeutic strategies, one thing that we do here at Spectra, and I will say it again and again, is use visual schedules. I wanted to quickly talk about some regulation calming strategies. So thinking about sensory regulation, you're going to have a lot of kids with sensory needs. Swinging can be very, very therapeutic and calming. So if you have a kid who maybe is exhibiting overstimulation or just is not able to follow directions, I train my staff to just stop what you're doing and engage in a sensory activity that they will enjoy to kind of regroup and do a reset for them. With regards to promoting positive behavior is first always trying to use preventative strategies. When we set up expectations, we also want to make sure that you're highly reinforcing anytime you see a child in doing what you have set an expectation for. So, and then also with positive reinforcement, it's really important to be aware as a teacher of what your rate of reinforcement is. Some other strategies for classroom management, I think a big one when you're working with inclusion is teaching children to learn how to wait. Some kids have no tolerance for waiting at all. So it's important to know that baseline of what that individual's tolerance level is. I love that. It is like my favorite. It's really great if you have a kid who is having a hard time staying in one spot or moving safely throughout the gym. It's kind of self-contained. So if they enjoy swinging, it's a safe place you can put them. But yeah, these were some new additions we did throughout the pandemic, is installing hooks to be able to suspend all of our different equipment.